In the chaos of life, silence is the reset your mind needs. Welcome to Echo of Legends, where today we'll explore how just a few minutes of silence can recharge your energy. Let's dive in. First, flow boosts mental clarity, clears the noise and sharpens focus. In today's world, our minds are constantly overloaded. Emails, notifications, background noise, to-do lists, and non-stop conversations. It can feel like mental traffic that never slows down. That's exactly why even just 5 minutes of silence can be so powerful. Those quiet moments give your brain a break from the noise and help you regain your mental clarity. When your mind is constantly active, your focus gets scattered. You may find yourself jumping from one thought to another, forgetting things, or feeling mentally foggy. Silence works like a reset button. It slows down the mental pace and helps your thoughts become more organized. It's like cleaning up a messy room. You suddenly start seeing things more clearly. Silence also gives you space to breathe, reflect, and process your thoughts. Instead of reacting to everything around you, you get a chance to pause and think. That pause is where clarity begins. It allows your brain to sort through the clutter and make sense of what's really important versus what's just noise. One major reason silence helps is because it activates your brain's default mode network, DMN, a network that turns on when you're not focused on the outside world. This part of your brain is responsible for creativity, problem solving, and deep thinking. When you're silent and not distracted, the DMN gets to work, helping you find connections between ideas and come up with better solutions. This is why many people say they get their best ideas in the shower or while walking alone. It's not magic, it's just silence doing its job. Your brain performs better when it's not constantly processing external input. Another benefit is that silence reduces mental fatigue. When your brain doesn't have to constantly process noise and distractions, it gets to rest. This rest improves your attention span and helps you concentrate better afterward. So taking 5 minutes of silence isn't wasting time. It's actually a smart strategy to boost your productivity. It doesn't need to be complicated. You don't need candles, music, or even a meditation app. Just sit comfortably, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and let the noise fade. No scrolling, no talking, no planning. Just 5 minutes of stillness. You'll be surprised how quickly your mind starts to settle. Over time, practicing silence regularly builds stronger mental focus, greater emotional balance, and clearer thinking. It helps you stay grounded, even in stressful or noisy environments. It's like building mental muscles. You train your brain to stay calm, centered, and sharp. So if you ever feel overwhelmed or mentally exhausted, take 5 quiet minutes. Step away from the noise and let your mind reset. You'll return clearer, calmer, and ready to take on the world. Second, reduces stress instantly, calms your nervous system. We live in a world where stress is almost constant. Deadlines, phone pings, social pressure, and the hustle of everyday life. Our minds and bodies are always on, and that can wear us down fast. But here's something powerful that often gets overlooked. Silence. Just 5 minutes of complete silence can work like a natural stress reliever, calming your nervous system and helping you feel grounded again. When we're stressed, our bodies go into fight or flight mode. That's a survival response controlled by the sympathetic nervous system. Your heart rate speeds up, your muscles tense, and your mind races. But silence activates the opposite. The parasympathetic nervous system, also called the rest and digest system. This part of your body is responsible for calming you down and bringing you back to balance. So when you take a few moments of silence, your body literally begins to relax. Your heart rate slows down. Your breathing becomes deeper and more controlled. Your blood pressure starts to drop. You begin to feel safe again, both mentally and physically. And the best part? This can happen in just a few minutes. Unlike distractions like scrolling social media or watching TV, silence doesn't just distract your stress, it actually heals it. That's because silence gives your brain a break from processing external stimuli. No noise, no images, no conversations, just peace. And that pause is what helps your mind reset and your body let go of tension. Studies show that just 2 minutes of silence can be more calming than listening to relaxing music. That's right. Silence is more powerful than music when it comes to reducing stress. Why? Because your brain doesn't have to work to interpret sound. It can simply rest. In silence, you can also become more aware of your thoughts. Many times stress builds up because we keep pushing away our feelings. But when you're silent, you naturally start to acknowledge what's bothering you. And once you face it, you can begin to let it go. This is why silence is often a key part of meditation, mindfulness, and emotional healing. And let's not forget, silence is free. You don't need to buy anything or go anywhere. You can just sit in your room, step outside, or even pause in your car for 5 minutes. No phone, no music, just quiet. Breathe in, and let it all go. When practiced regularly, these small silent breaks can reduce overall stress levels, improve sleep, lower anxiety, and boost your emotional resilience. It's one of the simplest and most underrated tools for mental wellness. So next time life feels too loud or heavy, remember this: 5 minutes of silence can calm your entire nervous system. It doesn't just feel good, it's scientifically powerful. Third, improve self-awareness. helps you check in with yourself. In the hustle of everyday life, we often forget to pause and ask ourselves a simple question. We get so caught up in tasks, conversations, social media, and outside noise that we lose touch with what's happening inside. That's where silence steps in, and it's more powerful than most people realize. Just 5 minutes of silence can open the door to self-awareness, helping you reconnect with your thoughts, emotions, and inner voice. Self-awareness is the ability to understand your own feelings, actions, and patterns. It helps you recognize why you react the way you do, what truly motivates you, and what you need in the moment. But gaining that awareness requires space from distractions, conversations, and digital overload. And that's exactly what silence gives you. When you sit in silence, your mind naturally turns inward. You're not listening to music, responding to texts, or reacting to outside input. You're simply sitting with your own thoughts. And in that stillness, a few important things happen. First, your internal dialogue becomes louder. This might sound scary at first, especially if you're used to keeping busy. But this is where the magic happens. You begin to hear your true thoughts, not just the surface-level chatter, but the deeper stuff. You might realize you're feeling anxious, or you've been avoiding something, or maybe you're more tired than you thought. These are things that often get buried under noise. Silence brings them to the surface. Second, silence helps you understand your emotional state. You start noticing how you really feel, instead of how you're supposed to feel. This awareness is key for making better decisions, building healthy habits, and improving relationships. You begin to respond to life, rather than just reacting to it. Silence also builds a stronger connection with your intuition. That gut feeling you sometimes ignore, it becomes more noticeable when everything else is quiet. Many successful people use silent moments daily just to tap into that inner guidance. It's not some spiritual trick, it's just creating space to listen. Plus, practicing silence trains your mind to become more reflective and less reactive. This is powerful for personal growth. When you understand yourself better, you're less likely to be controlled by emotions, peer pressure, or temporary stress. You start living more intentionally and authentically. Even 5 minutes a day can make a difference. Sit somewhere quiet, no music, no scrolling, just breathe and notice what comes up. Ask yourself, how am I feeling? What do I need right now? Don't judge the answers. Just observe. Over time, this becomes a habit, and that habit can transform your mindset. So if you want to grow, stay balanced, and truly understand yourself, make time for silence. It's the mirror that helps you see your inner world clearly. Fourth, enhances decision-making. Quiet mind. Better choices. Life is full of decisions, some small, some life-changing. From what to eat for dinner to whether to take a new job or walk away from a relationship, our brains are constantly processing choices. But here's the truth. We don't make our best decisions when our minds are cluttered. That's where silence comes in. A quiet mind is a powerful mind, and just 5 minutes of silence can seriously improve your ability to make smart, thoughtful decisions. Think about the times you've made impulsive choices. Chances are, your mind was busy, stressed, or running on emotions. That's totally normal. When we're overwhelmed, the brain tends to rely on quick, reactive thinking. But that kind of decision-making often misses the bigger picture. It's fast, but not always wise. Silence helps you switch gears. It allows your nervous system to calm down, reduces emotional noise, and gives your brain room to breathe. You stop reacting and start reflecting. In those quiet moments, your thoughts slow down, and you're able to step back and actually think about what you're doing and why. Neurologically speaking, silence boosts activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for rational thinking, planning, and judgment. So when you give yourself even 5 minutes of quiet, you're literally turning on the brain's decision-making center. You're creating mental space to consider options, weigh pros and cons, and see things more clearly. Silence also helps you tune into your gut feeling, that inner voice that often knows the right choice before your brain catches up. In the noise of daily life, we tend to ignore that voice, but in silence it becomes easier to hear. You begin to notice which options feel aligned with your values and which don't. This blend of calm logic and inner intuition leads to smarter, more confident decisions. Another benefit, silence gives you emotional distance. When you're not reacting in the heat of the moment, you're less likely to let anger, fear, or pressure drive your choices. You take a breath, you step back, and you ask yourself, is this really what I want? Is this the best move for me right now? Practicing silence regularly, whether it's before a big decision or just part of your daily routine, trains your mind to be more intentional. Over time, you become someone who thinks things through, who doesn't get pulled in 100 directions, and who trusts their own judgment. So next time you're unsure about something, don't rush, don't panic, don't text 10 people for advice. Just sit in silence for 5 minutes. Let the noise settle. Let your thoughts organize themselves. You'll be amazed at how clear things become. Remember, the smartest decisions are rarely made in chaos. They're made in calm. Fifth, recharges your energy. Silence is a natural reset. In today's go-go-go world, we're constantly plugged in, scrolling, talking, working, reacting. But here's the truth. Your mind and body aren't designed to run non-stop. Just like your phone needs to recharge, so does your brain. And one of the most underrated ways to do that? Silence. Yes, silence. Not sleep, not caffeine, not background music. Just a few uninterrupted minutes of quiet can act as a powerful reset button for your brain, helping you regain energy and feel refreshed, mentally, emotionally, and even physically. When you're constantly stimulated by notifications, noise, conversations, your brain is burning energy trying to keep up. It's processing information, making decisions, filtering sounds, reacting to emotions. Even if you're just sitting still, your mind is working hard. That leads to mental fatigue, which is why you feel drained even after a lazy day spent online. Silence gives your brain a break from that overload. It allows your nervous system to relax, slows your heart rate, and lowers stress hormones like cortisol. Your mind stops running on high alert and shifts into a restorative state, where real recovery begins. In this state, your brain can reset, sort through thoughts, and bring your energy levels back up. And you don't need an hour to feel the effects. Just 5 minutes of silence, no noise, no scrolling, no talking, can start the recharge process. It's like pressing pause on your day. Everything softens. Your breathing deepens. Your mind stops racing. And that space, those 5 quiet minutes, gives you more fuel than you'd expect. Think of it like this. Your brain is like a computer with too many tabs open. Silence is the act of closing the tabs. Suddenly everything runs smoother. You're more focused. You think clearer. You're ready to move forward without feeling mentally scattered or emotionally exhausted. Silence also reconnects you with the present moment. When you're quiet, you're more aware of your body, your breath, and your surroundings. That present moment awareness is grounding, and it's one of the best ways to regain control of your energy. Instead of running on autopilot, you're fully present. And that shift can completely change how you feel for the rest of the day. The best part? You can practice this anywhere. In the car, at your desk, sitting outside. You don't need candles or meditation music or a fancy routine. Just close your eyes, breathe, and be still. Let silence do its thing. Over time, those small pockets of silence build up. They become your secret weapon for staying energized, centered, and sharp. And in a world that never seems to slow down, that's a serious advantage. So next time you're feeling tired, foggy, or just off, don't reach for more noise. Reach for silence. It's nature's most powerful reset, and it's completely free.